Just government is not involved in the day-to-day running of this place. It's private investment. What the government has just done is to create an enabling environment, attract them, give them some support, and ensure that from time to time that their challenges are being looked into. The plan is that even after this, their 10,000 hectares, we are projecting that they should be able to do additional 10,000, at least to make 20 or 30,000 hectares. By the time this is done, yours sincerely, the governor, those coming behind Arakure, it doesn't need to go to Abuja for a monthly allocation, because one way or the other, the revenue base of the state will have been enhanced.
The project by Tropic is still at infancy, but with great jobs already done in the nursery, just as it has employed a handful of workers for operation.
Our company already, we have been in the processing of oil. We've been in oil processing for a very, very long time, but we relied solely on importation from other countries. So when this year of localization came on board, we quickly keyed into it, and that was what brought this idea of establishing our own oil palm plantation here in Ondo State, because of the friendliness of the governor and his team. And we have discovered in our findings, in our research before the acquisition of this project, that it is a feasible project here in Ondo State, and we have also viewed of what benefit will it be to the environment we are, the host communities, the state, and the country at large. And that we seem to have achieved in a very large way. The road we passed through here was 100% impassable. Before we got in here, we have maintained this road all along. And even some of the host communities, when you get there now, you will see a series of, support in their hospitals, providing waters for them. And you could understand what the whole security apparatus, security system was, around here. Our presence here has really scared away all the bad guys.
The vision of the company is to plant 20,000 hectares, put up a palm oil mill, and to make sure the company sustains this kind of a project and make sure we are not dependent on overseas crude palm oil, where you have to import quite a lot. So this is one of the visions of the owner, to ensure that we have our own production on a large scale of plantation, probably in Ondo State. No?
I was here about this last year ago, and I love the agriculture that the people are doing for here. I'm one of the workers that are working in this nursery since when this company have been here. So I'll be working with them. They are paying my salary correctly. They don't hold me anyone around. So I'm working with them for a year.
Tropic Farm is making giant strides with massive investment in infrastructure, just as the multi-pronged impact of the project cuts across all the divides.
The knowledge transfer is something that is amazing. When we came here, the first challenge we had is that how do we get the man capacity, the manpower, technical know-how and skill to run some of the things we need. For example, the piping work, the storage work, the housing work, the road network, the technicalities to run the nursery and all of that. We had this first problem because most people we have here were experts in cocoa, experts in cassava. So we now know that we need to do a knowledge transfer. Thank God for the kind of directors we have and also the philosophy of the company and also the mandate from the state. We started recruiting people. We also have 1 or 2 persons who are experienced from different locations. But more importantly was educational sharing and transfer. So we're surprised that the plumbing work we're supposed to bring people from Malaysia or from Indonesia to do, we now have local people who could put things together and they got it done. The tanks, the water tank, we are so happy that it's indigenous people from here that are doing all of that. The housing, some of that indigenous people are beginning to build. The bulldozers and all of that, handling the indigenous people side building. And the nursery, what you're seeing here, the glory today is a mix of indigenous people and at the same time people we brought from different places. So this is wonderful. Then most of our managers for now are also coming from foreign countries and they are also willing to transfer the knowledge. So every day is like we are tapping and transferring this knowledge to local people. So happiness is that local people are getting the power, local people are getting the technology, and also we have people that are willing to transfer. So it's a kind of mutual symbiotic relationship that we're having presently. So this is what a tropic is all about, creating that mutual, because our agenda is to see a zero importation of not just the oil palm, but also manpower. We are looking at the situation whereby the state they have that capacity. So it's going to be a farm run by the locals, and also for Nigeria, not only for Ondo State. His Excellency, the governor of the state, His Excellency Rotimi Akeredolu, is somebody that is exceptional. The governor is a man that is actually working, and other people are running after him to catch up with him. He has a very wonderful idea, and his dreams and his aspiration is something that is beyond now. But the good thing is that we are beginning to see people who are keying into such dream and begin to see the perspective. So he's taking the state to another dimension. Without him, this project could have not been possible, because he's such a person that day and night he's concerned about the project. At the point in time, he thought it was just an Owo thing, but it's happening everywhere. I've seen different places in the state, and it's not just oil palm. We have ginger, we have onions, we have what they call Ondo, cucumber, we have cocoa. This revolution is tomato and all that. This revolution is something wonderful. So for us as a company, the governor is very, very receptive to all of this. He's supportive. In short, he's the catalyst that is stimulating all of these things to happen. So I give kudos to him for his innovation. He's thinking that has given birth to this, and he's incubating this project. And at the same time, giving the investors that security and sense of belonging to do more. So the owner of this place is always thinking, okay, let's do more. Can we go 20,000? Can we do more? They are really eager. And this is always coming because of the motivation and encouragement from the government. But more importantly, what is giving us joy in this project is that all the way from Ute, Wajelaye, down to Sanusi, and all these neighboring communities now, they can convey their cassava, cocoa, they can convey their products and all the agricultural products. So we're happy seeing this thing happening. So it's easy to access market, easy to access here. Then we discovered that more trucks are coming in, and it's saving time for production. Most important thing is that the economy of the place has changed. For example, when we arrived here some years back, house rent here was just 200 naira in the village. But today, there is no even house. A rent is almost 2,000 naira for a house. So this is showing that there are development. Population has increased. The place has become more cosmopolitan. A place that used to be more or less homogeneous in terms of people, one group of persons. Now we are now having heterogeneous society. More people are coming in, different people are here, and from different walks of life, both educated, non-educated, technicians and rest. So this nexus now is creating a more balanced society. So this is what we are witnessing in all the communities around, and it's becoming, making it more formidable and making it more economically viable.
The Red Gold campaign by the Akeredolu administration is also visible in Akure North local government area of Ondo State. This is Abys Farm, otherwise known as Small London, located in Oloro community. It started modestly with 183 hectares, which has increased to 1,300 hectares of oil palm plantation, employing no fewer than 300 persons on the plantation.
We started the farm, that is this farm here. And the first year we planted 183 palms only, 183. That was our first planting for the first year. We couldn't do more than that because we had no labourer. We were the only two trying to do it. And from there, the second year we planted, and since we started planting, we started buying more lands from the community. So some people will sell 2 hectares to us, some people will sell 10, some people will sell 50. We started buying land according to the, and that was how we started this place we are. We did not start directly from here because this place was a thick forest, and that's how we started here. And we started the clearing and planting and everything. In total now, I have about 1,300 hectares, let me just put it that way, palm trees. Not all palm planted. The planted area of the farm is about 550 hectares planted area for now. As per today, the people living in this village where you are is more than 300 people working in this farm. And for the technicians, for the staff who the certificated staffs, at least we are about 35 certificated staffs. That is, we have accountants, human resources, managers, field officers, supervisors, and so on and so forth. About 35.